Hey y'all, it's Michelle from Monkey's Creations. We are painting. I have already started a little bit, but I'll wait till just a couple of y'all come on and I'll kind of walk through what we're doing. So say hey when you come in. I don't have my phone. I'm trying to be able to see comments. Oh, now I see comments. What's up, yo? Hopefully they're scrolling. Hey, there you are. What's up? So I've got, what I'm doing is I'm just kind of aging the foam. So the foam does not take long to set up because my foam is so thin that it was already dry yesterday. But by the time I could have done it, it would have been too hot out here and I'm not about to sweat to death. So I am dry brushing. I've got some black, I've got some gray, and I've got brown. So I just kind of poured it all on my paper plate right here, and I've got an extra paper plate under it so that I can kind of rub it off. So it's more of a dry brush. You don't want it totally wet because then you're just painting it instead of kind of aging it. So I've gone ahead. What I do first is I go ahead and I pretty much dry brush the whole thing in black, and then I come back and I add some grays and some browns just to give it some extra texture, dimension, those kinds of things. The foam is it's really textured already, but it just adds a little bit more dimension. So if you have any questions, thanks for floating my boat. I appreciate it, y'all. So I kind of left this patch right here because it is a process. So I wanted y'all to kind of see the process without making you watch kind of the whole thing. And I will apologize for yesterday. I did not realize that, you know how you hear noises and you just kind of get used to them and you don't realize how loud they are. Well, that's kind of what happened yesterday. I turned the pool pump off, but then it came on automatically because it's automatically set every day. And I didn't realize it until after, and I'm like, oh my God, why are all these people complaining it's so loud? So I do apologize. I didn't realize it came on. I just kind of tuned out that sound. So I'm over here on the side of the garage going towards our porte-cochere. So it won't be too loud, and it's early enough that the pool pump won't turn on. So let's get started. So I just kind of have an extra paper plate, and I'm going to pull some of that black onto this plate, and then we're just going to dry brush it. Now, if you do get too much in one spot, if you get it quickly enough, it will still wipe around. So don't get too hung up on it if you're doing this. One of y'all did do this and you sent me a picture and it was amazing. It's so awesome to see pictures of things that y'all make that I've inspired. So this one is awesome. I love it. So I'm just going to start kind of dry brushing, and I go in big strokes. I don't want to get too hung up on, getting things in certain spots because it is supposed to be like a tomb. So I'm just going in big strokes, and we're just dry brushing this black on there. I'm making sure that I get around all of the skeletons so that they kind of pop a little bit more. And I'm just doing it quickly. See how I got a lot in that one spot? But if you just keep rubbing it, it'll move around because it's still wet. It does dry quickly. so we don't have to wait too long before we can handle it. By the time I get the black on and start doing the other colors, it's already dry, because it's just a dry brush, so it doesn't take long for it to dry. So who's gonna do this? Who else? I saw, and I'll have to share the picture because it was awesome. She did it around her, big enough that it went around the garage. And it was awesome. And I did dry brush that sign because it was so stark white that I didn't want that. So I'm just kind of hitting some other areas. Really want to get around those skulls that kind of blend in. The animals, like the rat and the bat, so that you can really see them. But it'll be really cool once you see all these other colors kind of popping into it. Like there, I did start with a little bit of brown. So it was really cool. I keep getting right in the camera, sorry. I'm hoping today, really today, I need to work on orders that came in while I was gone. But after I get caught up on those orders, I am gonna work on the fireplace. So I got so excited last year that I did do one like my front door for the fireplace as well. So I've got to get that up. It's leaning against it right now, but I've got to get that one up, get the inside done. And oh my God. Okay, so I have another cool project for us. I think everything will be here tomorrow. But it's, have you ever heard of it's like a peelable mirror? So we're going to make a mirror with these peelable mirrors, and I'm thinking I'm going to do it on the foam board that you can get from Dollar Tree. And then I've got some moss, and I have some more skeletons we'll be able to use. That wind is kicking. I want to make sure it doesn't blow this. So we're going to make like a skeleton mirror with moss and all of that. I'm excited. Okay, so this part it should be, yep, it's already dry. So I'm going to come in with a little bit of gray. And y'all, I'm just using the same brush, the same paper plate. And we're going to, now I'm trying to get more into the cracks. So instead of going like this and dry brushing the black, I'm dabbing it to get into the cracks. And that mirror, as you walk in my back door, I have a table there. It's like a shoe caddy. So that's where I keep the majority of my shoes, and Monk keeps his shoes there. So right above it is where I usually put the Santa Claus that my mom painted at Christmas. So we're gonna decorate that up with Halloween. And one of y'all yesterday, y'all send me some good ideas. She sent me a skull with the head kind of cut out and added succulents. How cool of an idea is that? So I'm gonna have to see how I can incorporate it into the front yard to see if I can do that somehow. I'll figure something out. But see how that gray, just that little bit of gray, is bringing the extra dimension. I hope y'all can see it. I try to get you a good view and away from all the noise of the other side of my backyard. And again, I'm just wearing an old t-shirt. Trying to make sure I get in between those skulls, the skeletons. Making sure, I'm just checking to see. Not that I can really see them. All right, we're gonna kind of bring some brown into this area. Let me get rid of this plate, or let me bring it over here. And you'll see, I hope you'll be able to see how much just the different colors add just a little bit different texture, dimension. Oh yeah. Can you see that? So again, I'm just kind of tapping more. Than I was with that black. Making sure I get around all of the bones. The hands do start to hurt after a while though, y'all. I think I've already got a blister forming. Had to go get me some Band-Aids. Now we'll probably have to, so this is the inside. So if you can picture it, so you have my front door, and then we have this side and this side. So this is one of the side panels. So this side of the board is going to butt in the corner of my front door. So we will have to kind of maybe shave this down and more kind of fit it, form it to the other piece that's going to be connecting it, if that makes sense. So it'll be a little bit of a job, but that's my son's job. I'm the creator, he's the figure it outer. And he usually does a pretty good job. And you'll see when even the foam kind of, it almost kind of ages. So you'll see it when I show my fireplace, how the foam does kind of change colors. So it kind of gives it a different, it'll look a little bit different than it does now, if that makes sense. It'll be kind of, I don't know, it'll kind of give it an aged look all on its own. To keep it from bouncing. It's pretty sturdy. It's definitely, it's not heavy. I can move the whole thing by myself, but it's so big that it's just kind of awkward. That dog behind us, y'all. Sorry. Trying to make sure y'all can still kind of see what I'm doing. Do I need to angle it down a little bit more? I'm just trying to make sure that that wind doesn't kick and blow my camera off. So see how just kind of layering those paint colors adds so much to it. So that's really about all I'm doing. I'm gonna come back and just pop some more gray. Y'all, I could literally do this for hours. I'll just see a spot and I'll be like, oh, gotta get that one. And then I gotta get it is crazy. So I do just kind of layer them in stages. Let it dry. Or usually, like I said, I would do the black, usually, is how I do it. And then by the time I get all the black on, then I would come in with the grays, get all that on, and then come back with the browns. But it really does not take long to dry. So let me see if I can, trust me, I'm not going to keep y'all live while I do this whole panel. But I want to see if I can bring y'all a little bit closer so that you can really kind of see how those colors blend and kind of age the foam. So you can see over there, I just kind of have the black going right now. And then we'll get those other grays and browns. How am I going to attach it? I have got up here at the top of the board, I put 3 holes and I ran a pipe cleaner through it before I sprayed the foam. But look, it's already dry. Before I sprayed the foam. So I have holes up at the top. I have hooks that we are going to put in at the top of our front door area. There's a wood trim. So we're going to screw the hooks into the trim all the way around, and then attach that to that. And last year we used, it's called two-sided Gorilla Tape. And it really, really held even to the brick. So at the sides, on the sides, and at the bottom, and probably a strip in the middle, will secure it enough to the brick that it should not move. If the tape by some chance happens to come off, which it did not last year, then it will still be attached to the top. But I think it's going to be such a tight fit by the time we get all 4 walls up, that it should not move. The only thing here is we are still in hurricane season until November, so October is still an iffy month. Um, so in that case, depending on, you know, if anything should happen, we may take it down. I believe we did have a storm come through last year, and I'm trying to think. I think I actually left the front door because last year it was just right, or the trim around the front door. It wasn't the brick walls that we did. So I think I left it and it was fine. So this should be fine. And y'all, it's literally all plastic and styrofoam, so it's not going to hurt anything. Um, I mean, the styrofoam, it's actually styrofoam, um, what do you call it? Styrofoam insulation. So it's probably a good 2 inches thick of insulation. So it's not like it's gonna hurt anything if it gets wet. So this project will be totally fine. I think we did end up moving all of my decorations out of the yard for the storm, but the front door stayed and it was just fine. So I think this is going to be such a tight fit, we should not have a problem with it coming off. Um, but we are securing it to the top and taping around all three corners, all three other corners. So I think we will be fine. Right? The spiders really do stand out. And if you find once you get it done and you need, let's just say I wanted something here, all I have to do is literally cut out a piece of that styrofoam and glue whatever we want right to it. Or you can actually, you probably don't even need to cut it out. You can just glue right to the styrofoam. I did have a couple heads fall off the brick fireplace one that we did last year. I think Monk happened to run into it and caught it just right, and it popped it right out. But the indention was already there that I literally just hot glued it right back, and it's still attached. So, I mean, look, it's styrofoam, it's spray foam, and it's plastic. So, but that's it. I'm going to finish this panel. My son, we did not make it to Lowe's yesterday. But I think it was like an hour after my live yesterday. I just got really sick. I don't know what it was. I think it was just pure exhaustion at that point. Um, so I didn't make it to Lowe's yesterday. So he's going to go to Lowe's for me today, get 28 more cans of this, because this one sheet took 14 cans of spray foam. So he's going to go get some more of that for me. We'll get the rest of the panels done hopefully today, and painted hopefully today, I know. And then we'll start getting it up and getting everything else done. So it's going to be fun. I will come live. What are we going to do tomorrow? It depends on when the mirrors come in. If they come in early enough, I'll do the mirrors tomorrow. But we'll do something tomorrow. So probably each day I'm going to be adding to the Halloween decor until we're done. But I got to get moving, y'all. It's already into October. So, but that's it. I'm going to finish this panel. Y'all have an awesome day. I'm also going to go grab something to eat. So you'll have an awesome day, and we'll do something tomorrow. All right. Bye, y'all.